What's up? What's up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What's good? What is up? What is up? What is up? We're skipping the intro. We're jumping straight into the fuck of things. Okay. Okay. Yard. We are going to be making our Premier League predictions today. That is the plan. Short stream. Wanted to do something fun. We'll do this. Maybe do some Valdo, but probably just going to predict. Going to explain a little bit about each pick, and we'll go from there. I think we're going to start top down, bottom up. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Bum, 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 bum. Into the fuck of things. Exactly. That's what we do around here. We're getting into the fuck of things. Bum 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 bum. Okay, let's get into it then. Wait, there we go. Alrighty. So this is the plan. We're gonna do our Premier League predictions. I'm gonna give a little spiel about why I think they are where they are, based off of the first game week and kind of how those matches went. We're not going to talk about the score lines or what happened, but just general feel of the teams. Now, I'm going to skip Arsenal because I think that's kind of cheating to just skip straight into it. But we'll go with Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa are going to have a decent season. They're going to play in Europe this season, so they're going to find a little tougher. I'm going to drop them down to about 7th right now. We'll see how they move later. Next up, we've got Bournemouth, who I think, despite losing quite a few players, they're not going to have a terrible season, but they're going to drop down to about 8th. Brentford have not looked super good. I'm hoping Kelleher kind of fits into the new team, but I think we're going to see them pretty low, about 15th. Also, just more challenges, kind of losing Thomas Frank and losing some of their better players. It's going to be a little rough. Brighton don't look terrible. They don't look great, but they don't look terrible. They brought in some new players. Doesn't look bad. I think we're going to slot them in probably around 7th. We'll kind of see, because like obviously Bournemouth has jumped up. Burnley, I think we're going to see fairly low. I think their style of football isn't bad, but it's not great. I think we're going to see them around 17th. Chelsea, I think it's going to finish in the top 4. Aston Villa, we've already kind of placed them. Crystal Palace, I think we're going to see kind of somewhere around 10th. Actually, you know what? I do think I see them doing a little bit better. Oh, but they've got Europe, so maybe like 9th. Okay. So we've placed all of these guys. Everton, I don't think are going to do that well. So we're going to drop these guys down to like 16th. Coming back up. Next up, we've got Fulham. Fulham, kind of the same boat. I don't think they're going to be terrible, but I don't think they're going to be great. Somewhere around 10th is probably where I would place them. Bournemouth, Brighton, Leeds are definitely not going to be 6th. I think they may stay up because they're spending a lot, but it's going to be kind of just barely. And we'll kind of get to that relegation battle in a second here. Liverpool, I'm just going to pop up here for a second. Man City, we're also going to pop up here with Chelsea. Not their final spots, but just wanted to move them up there. Manchester United, I did not have confidence that they were going to do well this season, but I think they've actually brought in some good firepower. Cunha's going to be a really good player for them. Pairing up with Bruno Fernandes, I think is going to be good. Sesko, kind of have to wait and see. I don't have high hopes, but no matter what, they did bring in some firepower. I think that's going to help them, especially without Europe. I think we're going to see maybe like a 6th or 7th finish from them. Maybe not super high, but not terrible. Newcastle kind of haven't looked that good in preseason, in my opinion. Obviously, Isaac's situation doesn't look good for them. If they can't get a striker, it doesn't really matter. If Isaac just holds out, he's not going to play. Even if he does play, that connection's kind of lost. I actually think Manchester United is probably likely to finish above them. I do think, and Aston Villa. I don't think Manchester United is not staying there, but I think that's about the order that it's going to be. Brentford down there. Forest might do okay. There's a little bit of pressure with the CEO, the owner, kind of putting himself too close to the team, and I think that's going to affect things later on. I do think they're going to finish somewhere around here, but they do have Europe as well. So I'm thinking maybe 8th, drop down a little bit. I don't think they've invested as much as they might have wanted to. Spurs have actually looked very good under Thomas Frank, and I think that's who we're going to see kind of pushing up in maybe 5th or 6th. Excuse me. Everton, Leeds, Burnley get down to the bottom 3 here. Sunderland, I actually think, is the likely team out of all of them now to stay up. I didn't think so originally, but their 3-1 win looked pretty confident. I think they're very counter-attacking football, and I think they're pretty quick. If they can last the whole season, who knows? But they look like they're going to be good, kind of like Everton. West Ham and Wolves. Wolves, I don't know. I think Wolves is probably going to finish 18th. West Ham have not looked good, in my opinion. Do I think that they're going to finish better than Burnley and Leeds? It's hard to say. Leeds have invested, so have Burnley, but Burnley is kind of a little bit more all over the place. They lost James Trafford, who did keep 16, 17 clean sheets. James, this is Premier League predictions. We're predicting the Premier League for the 25-26 season. That is what we were doing. I think we might see something like this for the bottom 5. I think we're going to see Burnley or Leeds or Sunderland, one of these 3 teams in the bottom. I'm fairly certain we're going to see Wolves or West Ham towards the bottom here, and then Leeds and Sunderland kind of on either side, and it obviously can swap around. Oops. But I think this is going to be our bottom 5. Our top half of the bottom half is going to probably, I think, Everton. Brentford's going to struggle. Everton's going to struggle. Fulham might not struggle as much. We might see them up here. Crystal Palace is just doing pretty well. So I'm thinking maybe Crystal Palace is more like an 11th. Fulham, I don't know if they're going to be that low. Bournemouth, I think, will actually be lower than this. I'm thinking more like this, and maybe Fulham we bring up like that. Something like this. Brentford, Bournemouth, Fulham, Brighton, Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest. I actually have Crystal Palace, I think, to finish above them. Crystal Palace have been doing quite well. Newcastle, Aston Villa. Aston Villa haven't really been firing on all cylinders either. I could even see a rogue shout for Crystal Palace. They got Europe. So maybe 8th. I think they might actually do better than Aston Villa. Manchester United. I don't know that they'll actually finish this high. We might see something like this. Rogue shout. Okay. So I don't hate this. So European spots, like outside of the top 4, I don't think Spurs. No, I don't think Spurs is going to finish above Chelsea. I think Crystal Palace is going to actually have a really good season. They've just been very attacking. They won the Community Shield, but that doesn't really matter too much. I know that it would have been nice to win it as a Liverpool fan, but I'm fine not winning it at the end of the day. I think Crystal Palace are going to do well, though. Newcastle, I think, are going to struggle. Team chemistry is just off. Manchester United brought in firepower. Defensively, still not that strong, though. So we might actually see them below Aston Villa and Newcastle. Brighton, Forest, Fulham, Bournemouth, Brentford, Everton. I'm sure, like, maybe Forest won't do this bad. Have Forest up in 8th, probably. Something like this. Fulham, Bournemouth, Brentford, Everton, Sunderland, West Ham, Leeds, Wolves, Burnley. I think that's about it. As far as our top 4, I have Liverpool winning. I think Chelsea and Spurs are actually going to be fighting quite a bit for this. I think Man City will have a better season than Arsenal. Holland seems to be firing on all cylinders again. So I think City and Arsenal are going to be battling it out a bit more. Liverpool just backing the boys to win. That's really what it comes down to. I think our signings have been really crazy. It is going to be a new system. If we lose, I don't think it's going to be by much. I think we're going to be fighting to the end. But yeah, I think this is where we're going to end. I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to log. How many points total will the champions get? I think we're going to do better. I think we're up at 91. Spike Lestrange, drink it, freshen up. Dino Nuggy. Greed. What is up? What's up, Spike? What's up? What's up? What's up? I think Liverpool are going to finish higher, and I think we're going to finish with 91. So that is what we're going to do. So you're going to ask me to put personal info in? No. My tiny little image. Can I... Oh. What am I copying? That didn't even... What? Can't share it. Can I zoom in? Okay, this is what I think. I predict that Liverpool will win the league with 91 points. I think that's pretty fair. It'll be interesting to see, but I do think Wolves or West Ham are going to be relegated along with probably Leeds and Burnley, with Sunderland just staying up, or it'll be Leeds staying up, Sunderland going down. I don't think we're going to see all 3 promoted teams go back down. They just, after the first match day, they actually didn't look that bad. Everton, Brentford, Bournemouth, Fulham, Brighton, they're going to play well, but I think they're going to struggle still. They'll just have some good patches that will kind of help them up with points. I think Aston Villa are going to suffer more so than they have in previous seasons. Manchester United, I think, have done better, but I don't think they've done that great. Forest, Newcastle, Palace, I can see them really doing well. Obviously, I have Palace finishing much higher, but I think they could ride a wave and they could push really high. I think Spurs is going to do well. Chelsea is also going to do well. We could see a swap between Chelsea and Spurs. It really depends. Arsenal, Man City, I think are going to be battling it out, but I think Liverpool will just kind of glide through and we're going to win heftily, especially if we can sign a striker before the end. I think that's the plan. But yeah, I think that is it. That is my Premier League predictions. Let's do some Valdel while we've got the time. Actually, I don't want to do that, do I? All right, let's play some Valdel. Guess the agent. I'm gonna guess. Let's go Killjoy. I saw Killjoy down there. It's not Killjoy. It is a female sentinel, not from 2020. Let's go with Vise. Oops. Vise with a Y. It is Vise. Hey, easy fucking peasy. And that character, I believe, is Sova. And it is. It is indeed Sova. All right. Guess the map. This is going to be Sunset. And it's going to be A-Link because it's this little wall right there. Boom. It's the pawn shop. Apparently there's a sign there that says pawn shop. I've never seen that before. That's what it is. All right, guess the rank. Let's see what we got.
Last
It's
player
going to be
standing.
Chamber. He's going to be walking up. I mean, it's going to be a 1v3 scenario. Knows that there's one deeper. CT going to be clearing out. If he's the better, he doesn't have a lot of time. Gets the Reyna. Knows that there's 2 left. He must be the defender. They are not going to go.
One enemy remaining.
Yes.
Oh!
This is less.
They ulted.
Oh!
Definitely could
So
have
good.
And John with the proper use of pronouns.
That was so good though.
He could have got half, killed him.
Honestly, Paul, we're letting you down. Sorry.
That was clean.
We got this.
It was clean. Not super duper crazy. I'm thinking plat diamond. So we're gonna start with plat, and it's plat. Boom, just like that. I know my stuff. I've seen that in plat before. I've done it in plat before. Easy peasy. All right, guess the ability. We have nothing to go off of. I'm gonna guess omen for an omen smoke. You know, sometimes I'm just that good. Sometimes it is what it is, you know? Sometimes you guess it in one go. This is going to be dark cover. And I know my omen. That's just, it is what it is. We're guessing the weapon skin. This is going to be the Prism 2 Stinger. I saw it there. Boom. Easy peasy. I can tell because it's fucking pink and shiny. Who will they cry for once they know they're going to die? That sounds like Reyna through and through. It's not. Who will they cry for once they know they're going to die? Viper? Is someone spoopy? Who will they cry for once they know they're going to die? I don't know. Someone angry. Deadlock? Deadlock's angry. No. Yoru? Who will they cry for once they know they're going to die? I really would have said this would have been Reyna, but apparently it's not. KO? That is definitely not a KO crow. Someone like maybe Astra? So it might be Waylay, but and it's Omen. And I should have guessed Omen. Omen makes sense. It's a fucking dark quote, and I would have got it. Look how well we did today. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, which is fine. And then I fucking took 6 guesses on the fucking quote because I didn't back my boy Omen. It is what it is. It is what it fucking is. Alright, we're gonna end it there. I know that's a short stream of 20 minutes, but I'm fucking tired. And I needed to stream today. The 112 is going to be short as fuck, but that means I get to sleep, and that means tomorrow I'm going to be able to stream for longer because I'll be more awake and less tired. I appreciate everyone hanging out. I hope you all have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night. Bye-bye.